hostile. He's got an assault rifle. On the roof. What's he doing? On patrol. On you. I got two more here. Where you got them? In the building. On your shot. On your shot. Target 3. Say when. Standing by. On your shot. Fire. He's down. Reloading.
This, my friends, is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier on the Xbox 360. You may remember I previously did a short video of me playing very, very badly on Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2. Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2. But this one, Ghost Recon Future Soldier, was from a few years later. This was released in 2012. And I've got to say, despite being almost 5 years old, this game looks absolutely stunning on the Xbox 360. Real kind of end of the sort of generation quality in terms of the graphics. And to be honest, I think the gameplay as well. Don't get me wrong, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2 was a fun game to play, but ordering your teammates about and getting them to do the right things, I found quite tricky. And they've simplified everything down for Future Soldier, where basically all you need to do is, well, you can just tag the enemies, and then you can instruct them to take the shot, or you can do like these multi-shots where you tag a load of people at once, wait for them all to be ready, and pull the trigger, and they'll all fire at once. It's very, very good like that. And yeah, I guess because I really enjoy The Division, you know, this third-person shooterish sort of perspective, I've found this game superb. I've only played the first sort of 2 or 3 levels so far, and kind of the stealthy creeping around, having to be careful, having to go behind cover is really nice. You know, you can't go balls to the wall aggressive with this because you'll just end up dying, because the time to kill is pretty short as well. Now, you may be well saying, well, Rob, why are you playing these old Xbox 360 games? Well, reason enough is probably the fact that they're good games to play. Another reason was it only cost me 99p from the second-hand game shop, but also it's kind of prepping for Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is coming out, I think, in March in the UK. Looking forward to that game in a way that I wasn't really expecting to, or I would have done a couple of years ago. I was very much a first-person shooter type of player. I could never really understand why people would want to go third-person. I always thought the first person was the pinnacle of the kind of shooting gaming experience. But after playing lots of The Division and games like Sniper Elite, I'm starting to really like third-person as well. And I'm a massive, massive fan of The Division. I super like playing that game. And these are all games by Ubisoft. And Ghost Recon Wildlands, nice big open area version of this sort of thing. And if it's anywhere like this game, I'll be, I'll be in. I'll super enjoy it. I guess the kind of thing that might slow me down a little bit would be the fact that if we take The Division, for example, it got a lot of criticism at launch for not being a completed game, and the publisher has done a lot of work over the last year to improve the gameplay. I mean, I always thought it was great. I got it fairly on in its life cycle, and I've always enjoyed the mechanics. I think the shooting is very good. I know there's a lot of criticism behind the fact that the enemies in The Division are bullet sponges, because it has a very large RPG element, in the same way that something like Halo does. You know, as the enemies get more difficult, you need to hit them with more damage points to take them down, rather than, you know, a bullet is a bullet, and if you get hit in the head, you know, they die. But Future Soldier and the Ghost Recon series is more realistic, so I'm kind of hoping that Ghost Recon Wildlands will have The Division's kind of good shooting mechanic, but with a more realistic damage model. You know, so where if you hit somebody a couple of times with your bullets, you know, they're going to die. But it looks like this massive world. And I know there's been a little bit of criticism online by the fact that it might be, because it is so big, Wildlands, it might be a little bit repetitive in terms of what you're doing. But I mean, the Division's pretty repetitive. You're doing the same thing in the Division all the time on your side missions. You know, going to rescue some hostages, or disrupting an arms deal, or securing some supplies. And it's only really like the big missions that have variety in them. You know, the story missions. But because the mechanics are so good of the game when you're running around and shooting, you know, the repetition doesn't really matter. And that kind of applies to this game as well. Ghost Recon Future Soldier. It feels so good to play it with the cover system and the shooting. The fact that you're doing repetitive things doesn't matter, because those repetitive things are really enjoyable. So anyway, if you haven't checked it out already, if you've got an old Xbox 360 or a PS3, or I guess you could be running this on PC, definitely check out Ghost Recon Future Soldier. I don't know if it's backwards compatible, but I tell you what, if this game goes on the Xbox backwards compatibility program and works on the Xbox One, and then, you know, a few months down, close to Christmas, we've got the Xbox Scorpio, you know, this is another really good reason why maybe we should start thinking about Microsoft's Xbox offer over Sony's PlayStation, where the PlayStation, as we know, you know, there's no backwards compatibility beyond the PlayStation Now service, which has a limited number of games, and you know, you've got to pay every month for. So anyway, I'll leave you the rest of the footage for Ghost Recon Future Soldier. I will do a separate video on the multiplayer, because believe it or not, even though this game is from 2012, I did manage to get a multiplayer game. And yeah, it was fun, even though obviously I got owned because I don't know the maps or anything like that. So anyway, Ghost Recon Future Soldier, highly recommended, really fun to play. And if Ghost Recon Wildlands is anything like this, I think we're really going to be in for a treat this year in 2017 with open world games. Anyway, that's enough for me. Put your questions and your comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Sight, Hunter. No damn time! I'm on my way. Stay focused and let's finish this. That's moving. Overlord, site secure.
Well done, team. QRF will take over and secure the aircraft's black box. Let's get you back out of there.
Yeah, roger that.